moment of truth. Guys, welcome back to another video here from the off-grid garage in sunny hot Australia. Look at this, look at this. No, even don't look at this actually. Look at the sun, look at the nice weather. Look at the hundreds of amps we have, potentially 77.7 amps outside. Under the last video someone was asking actually what I mean with amps outside, what this means. Well, eventually he will find out, right? All right, today with another renovation video here from the off-grid garage. I'm trying to, have you seen this here? Look at this gap. Look at this gap, huh? This is what I have to deal with, and this is what I try to fill out with foam, which kind of worked. But then I realized there is another gap from the top part of this angle. See, I filled out this section here with foam, right? So nothing can come in from the underside. Put some silicone underneath here. This was all fine and really tight. But then I realized there is another gap coming from the top, because this bracket here sits only on top of the roof panels, and there was another gap underneath here. So I had to spray again along this line here all the way, right, to fill this gap here. And I said, well, this is not going to work. This is just how they built it, you know, roof panels, side panels, and this is the gap in between here. And I'm trying to fill this out with foam here and wire, and kind of worked, but so yesterday I had this side off here, so I could actually see the situation between the roof and side panels, and the really huge gap. This is like 50-60 millimeters, even wider over there. You can see how they have cut the side panels here. It doesn't really matter, because this flashing or cladding sits on top of it and covers it up, you know. You can see the dirt line here, the dust line. But to tighten this all up, it is a freaking nightmare. And I was thinking I need some flexible plastic film or something which I can glue on top of the roof panel, and as well as here. So it fits actually this shape of the side walls. But I couldn't really find a suitable plastic film at the hardware store. They have some film there, but it didn't actually mention that it's heat resistant and UV resistant and all this kind of stuff. I was a bit hesitant to take this film actually. But then in the same shelf I found this. And I solely bought it because this is made in Australia as well. That's the second product I'm finding which is made in Australia. I'm really surprised. And this is some kind of thin sheet metal. And this is exactly what I'm going to use to fill this gap up there on both sides. All the way. I clean this up now, and then we put this I'm not even sure how this is called here. Used in building industry as a damp course in brick and block work. Okay, this is more for moisture stuff here. When you do your brickwork, you put this in between as a layer, so the moisture can actually not creep up into your woodwork. Or if you have wooden studs behind it, keeps the water away from these wooden studs, then something like this. I'm not 100% sure, but I will use exactly this stuff here and it'll work. I also bought some metal screws here and about 8 cartridges of silicone. So I put some silicone in between this metal, whatever, cladding or whatever you want to call it, and the panels, and then we screw it to the panel, to the roof, and we should have a closed gap all around the roof. Everything should be closed on this side here. So that's the plan for today, in about 34 degrees Celsius or so. I'm sweating like, yeah, and up there I just used a scraper to get in between the foam and the metal, and I could actually cut it off again, so it was loose from the roof part, from this angle bracket there, and it came off fairly easily. And it was never meant to be really gluing these two metals together or something. It was more like to close all these gaps along this roof line here. Okay, I cleaned this up a little bit here, and then we go ahead and put this other metal sheet, whatever it's called. I don't know, leave your comments down below how you will call this. I probably call it metal bendy stuff. That'll do. Yeah, I only had brown gap filler, so I took that because nobody would see it anyway, so not really a big deal. But yeah, you probably can read in the comments now that some people claim to have told me before that this is not going to work. Well, it kind of worked, you know, with the foam. As you can see here, it filled out the gap completely, perfectly. It's not that it didn't work, but I think I found a better solution now to close this gap. That's all. So I'm improving the situation. Oh, this has the consistency of Nutella or fresh dog shit. And it's pretty much the same. Just get in between. And scrape it off. There you go. And yesterday, thankfully, I was running out of gap filler here. Otherwise, I would have smeared this in all the gaps here, all the way down to the corner. But now I've got this other, different, better idea. It needs to be flexible as well, because when I walk on the roof, you're pushing this one down. So here on the box it says 8G times 12 millimeters, where 12 millimeters obviously is the length of the screw. But 8G, I was expecting there was like a 8 millimeter hex socket, hex drive. Turns out I need a 1/4 hex socket driver. What the heck? What is 1/4 of what? So 8 millimeter is too large. 7 millimeters has a lot of play, and 6 millimeters is too small. Thankfully, the big ratchet set I bought years ago has some sort of inch or whatever shit that is, and there's a 1/4 socket, and this fits perfectly. Jeez, 1/4. I've never ever used this one here before. This is a virgin socket. Okay, let's go. And obviously I can work this in stages, I guess, you know. I just cut off about 1 meter or so and give it a try, starting from the corner there, and give it a try and see how it works. And then we overlap a little bit and put the next meter, 1.50 m, 2 meters or something, whatever works. And then, yeah, just keep going with the 1/4 inch socket bit now. What can go wrong? See, here's one of these corner profiles as well, just to close the gap underneath, basically. You know, this is not really doing anything. It's just preventing the rain from coming in and the wind and everything, but not the spiders, obviously. You should put a secret camera up here. It is cool. Okay, concentrate, Andy. Back to work. Oh, it's pretty long. Okay. So let's see. So first of all, it is too wide. It shouldn't be longer, like maybe like this on top of it, down here. Yeah, that's enough. Okay, let me cut this way and then we try again. I'm back. Now that is definitely wide enough, so I can put some screws here on top of it and screw it to the roof panel. And now we're trying. Yeah, I was kind of expecting this, because we need basically more material. I'm pointing down here. We need basically more material here because we've got this wavy form, while at the top it's straight. So we will have some kind of wrinkles and kinks in here, but this is just the nature of what it is. So I probably have to cut this in shorter pieces then. It's not really ideal. How it bent, the whole thing bends down now. It's not really straight on top of the roof panel anymore, because I cannot really bend it here So my friends, I think I've got it now. So in the location of this hump here, I need to fold this material here at the top. So it stays straight here at the top, and then it follows nicely along this line. So I think that's how I need to do it. And everything, I mean everything, really everything will be fine. Okay, and that's the end of our first meter of this material. Well, honestly, it is not the prettiest with these kinks in here, with these folds, but you know, if this is what it needs, it can get some folds, no problem. Okay, I'll cut the next meter along here. We do this 3, 4 more times, 6 times, 8 times. It'll take a while, but it works, it works. Then I put some silicone here around this gap, same on the top. That's it, should work. Well, I would say I'm halfway done. And as always, when you do such new work, you over time develop a bit of a routine how it works best, right? So what I did, I cut around a meter of this material, of the roll, and then formed it into shape here, yeah, so it actually fits nicely in. Put a bend here at the top. I know it looks terrible, right? But once this is all bended down, it will be fine. The only concern I have, I think I'm a bit too low with this material over there. I don't think the angle is long enough to cover that. So I probably have to take this off again and cut it off a little bit more and then screw it back in. So we will see, we will see. It's a bit easy over here because I've got my smudge line, which I can follow. I should have put up the laser here to have a clear line. Well, now it's on. And that looks all good here. Perfect. Okay, I think I'll just keep going here, refining my technique and get the rest done. Then we have to silicone and screw from the top here as well. And then we put this metal cover back on and nobody will ever see that, right? It's not like I'm putting this work on social media or something, right? Nobody will ever know. So, shh. Yeah. And here from the inside you can see there's still light coming in, and this is from the top section basically. And I would have to fill up this top section with a gap anyway with foam. So I think this is the much easier solution now. Once this is all siliconed and screwed from the top, there will be no gap anymore. It will be bombendicht. Oh, hello there. Yeah, welcome to On Top of the Off-Grid Garage. It's been a while. Yeah, all the panels are still here. Unbelievable. And working. All right, so we keep working on this situation here at the front. I'm just going to put some silicone underneath here and screw it down where needed. And then we should be fine to put this baby back on here. But I'm not sure if I can do this today actually, because I'm running out of screws. There was a 100 pack of these 12mm screws and I had a 50 pack in my hand. I said 50, plenty of screws. But the 100 pack was only $1.50 more or something for twice the amount. So I took the 100 pack and now I'm almost gone. So should have gone with the 200 pack for another $1.50 more. This is all I have, maybe 20 or so. But I bought 6 cartridges of silicone, so I'm not running out of that. Okay, let's see how many screws we actually need. Maybe it's not that much. So I'm putting a good amount of silicone underneath. Got one screw over there and another one over here that's like 30 centimeters. Put another one there, another one there. Should be fine. Just. Okay, my friends, I think we are now 100% sealed, top and front of the garage. Everything is siliconed in. It looks terrible, but once we put this cover back on top, it will be our secret forever. Okay, let's clean up here and get this ready. Oh, look at this, my friends. We've got the afternoon sun on the solar panels already. Seems like the sun is coming slowly around and providing us with more energy here in the afternoon. Nice. Got one string here and two strings here, fully in the sun. Beautiful. All right, let's put this bracket angle situation back on. And then we have to calibrate a very cold spat. By the way, thanks for all your donations, guys. Very much appreciated. As you can see, I need it. There are two more screws here holding this one against the gutter. Like this. I think it... Yeah, no, it sits on the outside. Yeah, it's correct. Got another 1, 2, 3, 4 screws on this side here, and then a couple of them on the front. We are done. Looks beautiful. Look at this. Huh? It's like the weather. Okay, we are done. Doesn't look too bad, right? Especially from over here. Or even from over here. It's not too bad, right? I'm only doing all these ups here so you will learn something from it and do it better when you build your off-grid garage. I really should have marked the end of this cover on the wall, so I knew where to stop with the metal, whatever you want to call it. It's not too bad there at the highest point and there where the camera is, but there it's sticking out a bit. And there as well. Well, you can't see it there because the sun is in such a bad angle. You can't see any details. So it is all good. It all looks perfectly fine. And more importantly, we have absolute darkness except the corner there, which belongs to this wall. So we don't care about this. But there's no light coming in anymore. Nothing. Zero. It's the pitch perfect black corner situation. Look at this, just dark. That's what I wanted. Nice. What time is it now? I think I started at 11. That's 5.5 hours. This all for a 15-minute video, or however long this video is. As I said earlier before, thank you very much for your donations. You are very beautiful. You are one of a kind. Welcome to all the new subscribers. We are close to 95,000 now. That is getting really scary now. And guys, as always, thank you very much for watching today. It was a very exhausting, a very hot day. So I will calibrate one of your donated spats now. I was really thinking about keeping all these offcuts here. Just because I'm a f***ing keeper. I keep everything. Just in case. But look how much I've left. There's another 3-4 meters on here. And you know, the hardware store has so much of that. They are selling it. Today I'm a brave man. I'm not keeping this shit. It goes in the scrap metal for recycling. I've used all these screws. Can you believe it? 100 of them. Just holding up this flexible metal stuff. Well, it definitely makes the garage more sturdy now. It's 100 more screws, I mean, come on. I haven't got my mobile with me. Leave a comment down below how many subscribers we have when you watch this video, and I'll update the numbers again in the next video. Until then, guys, when we have another look at the Yixiang battery, which is then fully charged for the 4th or 5th time or something, We want to have a look at these cell voltages again and see if we can see any abnormal high voltage cells there while charging, while discharging. Then we have to keep moving with our battery and system room. Question, I'm still not sure how to close this gap here. Should I use these brush seals on all the sides, or is there a better alternative for that? If you have any experience with closing such a gap for a roller door, leave your comments down below. Thank you very much for that. Alright guys, we don't want to make a 20-minute video out of a 15-minute video. Guys, until the next video, you stay charged, stay safe, and thanks again for watching. See you then. Bye bye. With these beautiful late afternoon pictures here from our sunset. Oh, I almost forgot the 1/4-inch socket.